Okay, so I had a question from a student and I wanted to answer it with a video. And so it was a homework question. A survey of 64 customers was taken at a bookstore regarding the types of books purchased, right? The survey found that 37 customers purchased mysteries, 31 purchased science fiction, 24 purchased romance novels, 16 purchased mysteries and science fiction, 13 purchased mysteries and romance novels, 10 purchased science fiction and romance novels, and 6 purchased all three types of books. So they want to know how many of the customers surveyed purchased only mysteries. Alright, so I just want to start with question A and we'll go to the other ones, alright? Now, the only way to solve this is to actually draw out the Venn diagram for the entire, for all the information, okay? And so I'm going to draw the Venn diagram. You can see it's been a while since I've done these videos. My circles are a little off, so hopefully that's okay. Alright, so what I want to do is I'm going to label this Venn diagram science fiction, sci-fi. Right, and so this is where all my sci-fi are going to go. I'm going to label this one mysteries. And that's where those are all going to go. And then I'm going to label this one romance. Down here. Okay? Now, once I have that, what I need is the information given in the problem to start filling this in. And one of the keys here is to fill from the inside out. So I want to fill this region first. Well, this region is the intersection of sci-fi, mysteries, and romance. Somebody who would have bought all three of those types of books. And so, as typical with this type of word problem, that's actually the last piece of information that they give you. 6 people purchased all three types of books. So what I'm going to do is put a 6 in the middle right here. Okay? Now, the next piece of information that they give you is that 10 purchased science fiction, right, and romance novels. So I've got romance is here and science fiction is here, and that intersection is this region right here. Well, it includes the 6, okay, and I need a total of 10. So there's only 4 individuals who bought sci-fi and romance only, with the 6 people who bought sci-fi, romance, and mysteries gives you 10 people altogether. So the sum of those two regions is the 10 people who bought sci-fi and romance. Okay? And so we're going to do the same thing with the next piece of information. 13 purchased mysteries and romance novels. So mysteries is here and romance novels is here. And so I need 13 in this region. I already have 6, so 6 plus 7 gives me the 13. So 7 people bought only mysteries and romance, while 13 people bought mysteries and romance and science fiction while 13 people altogether bought mysteries and romance, but with some sci-fi also. Okay? So there we go. Now, I'm going to do my next one. 16, right? Purchase mysteries and science fiction. Alright, so hopefully you notice that the mysteries and the science fiction, it's this region right here where the overlap of those two is. Okay, and it's 16 total, so 6 plus 10 is 16. Alright, so 16 people bought sci-fi and mystery novels, where 6 more bought romance, and 10 bought only sci-fi and mysteries. So this region right here, this 10 is sci-fi and mysteries only. And so we're getting close to that answer for A. How many people just bought mysteries? Okay. Now, the next piece of information that they give you is 24 purchased romance novels. Okay, so 24 people purchased romance novels. Well, the romance is down here. And so if 24 people total purchase romance novels, and 4 of them purchase romance and sci-fi, and 6 of them purchased all 3 types, and 7 of them purchased just mysteries and romance. If you do that subtraction, right, 20 minus 4 is 20, minus 6 is going to give you 14, and 14 minus 7 is going to give you 7 total. And so there are 7 people who bought romance only. This region right here is the romance only. They didn't buy any sci-fi, they're outside of that set. They didn't buy any mysteries, they're outside of that set. Then the next piece of information we have is 31 purchased science fiction. Okay, so 31 purchased science fiction. So I noticed that that's this area right here. So I've got 31 minus the 4 that bought sci-fi and romance, the 6 that bought all 3, and the 10 that bought sci-fi and mysteries. And when you take 31 minus 4 and 6, right, is going to give you 21. And then you subtract again, you get 11. So 11 people bought sci-fi only. And this brings us to the final answer for A, right? I had 37 customers who purchased mysteries. And so if I've got mysteries over here, and let me scoot this over to make sure everybody can see, right? If I've got 37 people buying mysteries all together, but 10 of them bought mysteries and sci-fi, 6 of them bought all 3, and 7 of them bought mysteries with romance. When you subtract that out, you get 14 total. So there were 14 total people that bought mysteries only. Okay? So now for B, you'll notice that B says how many purchased, I know it's kind of wiggly, sorry, mysteries and science fiction but not romance. Alright? So you're looking for mysteries and science fiction but not romance, right? Well, the overlap of mysteries and science fiction, but outside of romance, is the 10 right there. So the answer for A was 14, and the answer for B is 10. And then as you look, it says, how many purchased mysteries or science fiction? The or is the union. And so this is going to be a larger set, and so they could have bought mysteries. That would have been this whole region right here. Or they could have bought science fiction. That's this whole region right here. And so what you need to do to figure this out is you actually have to add up the 11, right? And I've got to go down here.